Actress Nushrat Bharucha has been a staple in Love Ranjan rom-coms. From Pyar Ka Panchnama to Sonu Ki Titu Ke Sweetie to last year's blockbuster comedy Dream Girl, she's been lighting up the big screen with her talent and beauty. Now she's back in Chhalaang with Rajkumar Rao, which is co-produced by Ajay Devgan and directed by Hansal Mehta.
So let's jump right into Chhalaang. You are no stranger. Recognize the pun, thank you. You are no stranger to Love Ranjan films, but it seems like this one's a bit different compared to his usual rom-com type that he's been doing. So what can you share with us about this specific film?
This film on conception level and as an idea level was something that we wanted to do for children. It was, I think, something that Lafsa was really moved by. Someone said to him कि हमारी industry में we don't make too many films for children, and just some light-hearted films that children can watch, and also enjoy with the whole family, like just something that the whole family can sit and watch and have something that the children can learn from and take away from. And then this idea must have come to him, and then they wrote a script, and we had Raj on it, and I went and asked him that, hi, do you have a girl? Can I be in the film? I don't know who's directing, I don't know what's happening, but I want to be in this film. And then Hansal sir was directing it, and Hansal sir said, I want to work with Nushrat, I think she's great. And I was like, yippee! And it just fell in place, and it happened, and I was on it, and I was like, this really happened? Like, this is amazing.
तुम्हारे जैसे लोगों की प्रॉब्लम पता है क्या है? चौधरी कॉम्प्लेक्स. इंसान बनने की औकात नहीं और भगवान होने का घमंड वाले बैठे हो.
First reaction when you actually read the script?
When it was narrated to me, I was really moved by what Montu goes through in the film as a journey of a character. It's very easy to say, oh, you're lost and you don't have an aim and you're not going to become anything and you're just going to be a waste. You're just going to waste your life away. But to kind of feel those emotions and fight back and kind of find a path and come back on a right track and achieve something for yourself, and be proud of what you achieved and do it with full honesty and full sincerity. That just really moved me in the film for Montu. And the fact that I was the moral compass that kind of put him in the right direction to kind of be there and go there was also another plus point for me.
फ्रेंड बनना है. दारू पिलाओगे?
थोड़ा धक्का लगा सकती हो.
So tell us about your character and how you prepared for playing Neelu. The way you guys interact, the way you guys speak. What was the preparation process like for you?
The dialect was a tough one for me. I don't know Haryanvi, never been around people who speak it. Haven't lived there, haven't done another film where I could like get some sort of help from. Full new, full alien. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to belong to that world. And I felt like everybody else is speaking that dialect. If I don't speak it, then I will honestly be an odd one out. And as an actor, you don't get too many chances to explore yourself and challenge yourself in these ways. And I felt like if I have a film where I can push that a little bit, where I can work on addiction and try and see if I can sound like that and if I can pick it up, why not?
तुम्हें कोई इंटरेस्ट ना है फिजिकल एजुकेशन में?
या ना किसी को पढ़ी ना है वो स्पोर्ट और फिजिकल एजुकेशन की, तो अपना भी ऐसे ही है. अरे पर किसी को पढ़ी हो ना पढ़ी हो, मुझे तो पढ़ी है. मैंने जब जाके बच्चों की हालत देखी ना स्कूल में, मेरे तो पैशन जाग गया एकदम. Like you. वाह.
सब बकवास. फुल फर्जी हो तुम.
Tell us about working with Rajkumar Rao. Of course, a powerhouse of talent, but what's he like on screen, on set, off screen in comparison? What was that experience like for you?
He's very normal. He's very chilled. He's somebody who knows his craft, who kind of has a hang on what he's going to do next. I think that comes from playing those diverse roles and putting himself in those adverse conditions as characters that he did play over all these years, where he's got that experience to know how much to put yourself through to achieve that correct take or to achieve that correct emotion for that character. He knows those nuances. He knows what questions to ask from himself and the director to kind of achieve that character. So he will, now if Montu is wearing that sweater and wearing that chashma, it's normal. You could wear a sweater and chashma. I would wear it the same way, but it will still be different. So what is it that we do differently that will make and set him apart from his other characters, or will make him Montu in the Montu's real sense? That's the homework that I think he knew, and he came very prepared on set. And it was seamless. Like he would be sitting behind the monitor here with me, being Raj and chilling, and suddenly he would go in frame and his body language would just change, and I'd be behind a monitor and I'm like, how was he here like this and how is he there like that? Like, what has he done in that 5 seconds of a walk that's transformed?
तेरा कैसे लगता जी हाय वे तेरे दिल विच की है साडे ना तो शेर नहीं करदा तू तो साडी केयर नहीं करदा टाइम स्पेयर नहीं करदा तू तो साडी केयर नहीं करदा.
Speaking of what we learned from others, the supporting cast on this film is also fabulous. So, as an actor and as a star, how does that make your job easier? What do you take from the supporting cast in the film?
They actually made me very nervous, to be very honest. I was literally like this when I went in front of Saurabh Shukla ji, and I'm like, I love him. I love him. And Satish ji, oh my God, he is so adorable. And I'm just like, sir, I can't. Please, can I just have a blank screen and imagine y'all there and do the scene because y'all actually being there. I'm a nervous wreck. I just cannot deliver the scene. What do? It was really nerve-wracking. It took me a while to kind of forget that they are Satish ji and Saurabh ji and look at them as characters. Because Saurabh ji in the film is Montu's best friend. And Nilima kind of speaks to him in a very normal tone. And I can't do that with Saurabh ji. So it took me a while to kind of detach myself from the actor that they are and see them as characters and then come back to what I am in the film and talk to them from that point of view. It took work and apart from learning from them, I was just a nervous wreck around them.
जिसका टीचर ही ऐसा बूढ़ा सो ऊपर से कुंवारा
कुंवारा नहीं हूं मैं विधवा हूं विधवा रंडवा हाँ जी श्रीमान आप रंडवे.
I'm sure similar to the rest of the world, it's been a rough year, but now you're officially back in action. We're here doing this interview. You're back promoting. A film release is coming up. So how have you personally taken on this pandemic and the challenges, whether it's professional or personal, but how have you viewed the feeling that the whole world is going through?
I know the loss at hand and I know the domino effect at hand for a lockdown of 7 months. It's going to take a while for a lot of people to come back to normalcy, to spring back to how the world was. And the sadder part was that we were on an upswing as an industry just before the pandemic because we see so many films doing so well and so much abundance in the industry, whether it's actors or writers or directors. There was so much work happening and suddenly it was all just put to like a standstill. And I just feel like things are going to happen. There are going to be ups and downs. You can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Of course, this was just absolutely unheard of and unthinkable, but it happened. I mean, we were in shock. We didn't want to believe it. We kept hoping it's going to go away next month, and it just took 6 months. And nobody predicted at the beginning that it's going to take 6 months. But this is where we are. I think the best way forward is to adapt, is to accept it, and to say that okay, there's an elephant in the room. You cannot take it out. You have to go around it. Find a way to go around it. Build a ladder to go over it, or dig a hole to go under it. Like figure it out and adapt and kind of try and get above it. And that's just what I've taken from this pandemic, is to adapt my expectations, adapt my disappointments, my reality, just look at it from a whole new point of view and survive.
एक मुलाकात में बात ही बात में उनका यूं मुस्कुराना गजब हो गया कल तलक वो जो मेरे ख्यालों में थे रूबरू उनका आना गजब हो गया.
What did you do to pass time during that phase before जब काम नहीं चल रहा था? Were you just diving into the gym? What were you doing?
I had a lot of work because we didn't have house help, we didn't have maids. So it was mom, dad and me, and we divided duties of bartan and washing machine and vacuum cleaners. And oh my God, I love vacuum cleaners. Oh my God, I was like a whole new love for them. It just works and it's so quick. I've woken up in the morning with my mom. My mom's in bed, I'm in bed, and we're looking at each other. We're like, okay, what are we doing for lunch? Yeah, let's make this. Okay, you cook this, I will cook this. And then my dad is come into the play after we finish cooking, and I'm like, okay, Dad, you're doing dishes now. That's your department. Then it comes to evening where I pick one room. So I pick either my bedroom or the hall, and I'm doing vacuuming or jhadu or katka or something, and my mom's doing the kitchen. Then I cook dinner. By the time I know it, it's 1 o'clock in the night, and the days has gone by. There were days I had no time to work out. I would do late night workouts because I'm like, okay, now I'm done with the household chores, and now I can spend some time on myself and work out. And then there were days where I told my mom, I can't do anything. I'm just vegging out in front of a television. I'm going to watch TV shows and films, and I'm not doing anything. So I had those phases where I worked every day, all day and all night, and then there were days where I just vegged out in front of a screen.
I'm a bad girl, I like whiskey. जब मुझको चढ़ जाती तो नशे में हो जाती मैं risky. दिलाने दीवानी मैं हूँ जिसकी. I'm a bad girl, I like whiskey.
If I didn't have mom, dad, and dadi and my cat, I think I would be a mess. I would definitely not have been this sane and this okay, because I can't be alone. I literally cannot be alone. I've moved into a flat where I have taken my mother with me and my cat with me. That's it. I'm not living alone. Please come.
Now, this film is a sports comedy. Have you personally ever played kabaddi, or do you have a favorite sport?
No, I was the first person who ran away from sports in school. But I did develop a love for badminton, which is what we played in my building. We still play it with mom, dad, and a bunch of neighbors, because it became a very friendly environment. And we were a bunch of people who were not great at the sport. We just enjoyed playing it. And that enjoyment kind of made me, so I would play 5 hours. There were days where I would be playing badminton for 5 hours.